Okay, welcome everyone to the round of 32 of the ESOC Winter Tournament. This match will be between Lord Pistolero and LordRaphael. El Pistolero, sorry, and LordRaphael. I will cast this match together with Mr. Timmy952. From now on, I will just call him Tim.
Hello, good evening everyone.
Yes.
And Tim will be doing the scream, and he will chime in with me on some things of the matchup and stuff like that. In the top, we see the blue player LordRaphael playing as French, and on the bottom we see the red player El Pistolero playing as India. The map is Arizona, and so we can see immediately one of the trademark features of this map coming into play. We see El Pistolero going for a TP in the middle of the map, and let's see if he will be able to get the card. He will definitely get the first pass of the TP because he can build it with 2 explorers. And then immediately he'll probably pick up a 70 food treasure as well. And we also see LordRaphael going for a TP on the bottom of the map.
On the other side, yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you think of the players? We got an French and we got an Indian.
This matchup is quite interesting, but I think it's definitely favored for the French player. And LordRaphael is also one of the players that is favored to win the tournament. So Lord El Pistolero definitely a good player as well, but he hasn't played as much recently. So I do expect that LordRaphael wins this game.
Yeah.
Now both players are just going for treasures. We saw the scout of Raphael doing some damage to the Indian explorer, but luckily for the Indian player, the explorer got safely to the town center, and LordRaphael didn't decide to pursue because he didn't want to risk losing a scout. At the same time, he picked up another scout treasure now, so now the French player has 2 scouts, which is really quite nice for him.
Yeah, for map control it's really... so he can locate enemy hunts and more.
Yeah, exactly. He can scout better, and he can later put them in stealth mode, so he can see any raids coming, or just see where the opponent is hunting later on in the game. We saw El Pistolero going for an early TP, so both players actually going for an early TP. So it was a 200 wood start. I do not expect a 10-10 or anything like that coming out of the Indian player. But let's see if he will choose to do aggressive Agra 4 placement, or if he will decide to play it defensively like we saw yesterday. We saw a game in this matchup as well. I think it was Garja against DDI, and DI went for a defensive Agra placement. So let's see what El Pistolero will do.
Well, the French has the first shipment arrived. That's the 3 Courrier de Bois shipment. So he's, yeah, pretty much going
very
normal,
standard.
yeah. And the Indian has the trickle rate of the wood.
Yeah, so both players, not any crazy shipments, not... Let's take a look at their decks now.
Yeah, sure. We start with the French.
Start with the Indian player.
Indian.
I'm looking at the Indian player. We see that El Pistolero has good faith agreements in his deck, so we should look out if he sends that. That's a strat that Azamp does sometimes. He goes Wood Trickle and then good fate agreements, and he uses that for his export, to make his export a lot more viable. Other than that, his deck is pretty fortress orientated. He doesn't have
a lot of military unit cards, I see. We also see that Agra Fort is going up more defensively, so yeah.
Probably we'll see a semi from both players. Let's take a look at the French deck.
The French has 1 shipment available. He's probably waiting to age first, to age 2.
The French deck is also quite standard. It's pretty eco-heavy, no 1000 point, but instead Royal Mint and Refrigeration. But other than that, it's a pretty standard deck. He does have a lot of upgrades that he can send, so most likely also we will see him going for a semi-FF and then trying to play in the Fortress Age. LordRaphael now aged up with the 400 Wood Politician, and let's see if he drops a stable or a barracks.
Okay, yeah, I've read the chat on Twitch. Someone asked for the in-game sound lower, so I have lowered the volume. I hope it's better like this. Can someone give feedback on it? Continue with the cast.
Okay. We did see that El Pistolero sent good faith agreements because his consulate is now an advanced consulate. So that means that he can send his consulate tax now cheaper and faster. So he's trying to do this strat that AZAM came up with.
What do you think of his second card, the 300 export?
Yeah, he will now send 300 export,
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
Also, the French has choose the 4 Coureur de Bois as a second shipment. That's
Yeah.
something really interesting. He's going full for the coin.
Yeah, the French is doing a typical semi-FF with cavalry, so I expect to have 5 or maybe 8 cavalry coming out from the French player. And let's see how many sepoys we see from the Indian player. If he makes no sepoys at all, then he could be in trouble with raids, because he does have a lot of hunts in base, but they are a bit far still. There are still a few villages which are like vulnerable, but most of them are really safe. So he did a really good job at herding, both players actually. El Pistolero maybe even better than LordRaphael at the moment. And we see 4 cavalry from LordRaphael, and let's see if he goes for a raids, or maybe if he decides to pick up the 320 XP treasure. Raids coming in, and they are immediately spotted by El Pistolero, and he moves in his sepoy to defend. He should also use his elephants because they really have a lot of hit points and they can tank.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, he also sent his sentry.
Yeah.
That wasn't a good idea, I think. It's too late.
I think it's
raid is
fine.
gone.
He wants to just scare off the cav. The cavalry now moves back. LordRaphael smartly anticipating that any sentries could pop out any moment, and now he just doesn't need to worry about the cav anymore. So basically he just paid 160 resources so his vills wouldn't be in the town center, and now he's going for the treasure, so those sentries can really be used there as well to pick up the treasure. At the same time, LordRaphael going back immediately to raid, but El Pistolero is paying attention, so I don't think he will lose any villagers. And he will pick up this treasure. No, oh my god, he is not. No, what the hell? Oh my god, Pistolero not paying attention. Oh, he did get the treasure in the end. He wasn't paying attention, so almost LordRaphael stole the 320 XP treasure. But in the end, he did manage to kill the explorer just before he picked it up. And so El Pistolero got it in the end. I don't think LordRaphael killed any raid, so pretty much this start went really well for Pistolero.
Yeah, he has already some market improvements showed. I don't know about. I should look up. Text completed. Let's have a look. Well, French has steel traps, and he has actually. They both have all the market upgrades. Only the French hasn't the wood, but yeah, it's fine, I guess.
Yeah, he doesn't need that right now. Okay, so 600 wood now coming from Pistolero. I'm not sure about that shipment. I would have preferred to see maybe foreign logging. Let's see if he decides to semi-FF actually. Maybe he will just decide to play it in Colonial then. I'm not sure. LordRaphael is up to the Fortress Age at 8:30, so that's pretty standard time. His raids didn't do a lot, but at the same time he does have like a good eco at the moment. He has map control because the Indian player is kind of turtling in his base, and we can see 2 stables coming up from the Indian player, and that signals to me that he might actually try to play it in Colonial, and I am not sure if I like that because the French composition is stronger in.
Strong, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like the French have a good chance if they are playing Fortress against Colonial, whereas if the Indian player can age up without any trouble, then I feel like the Indian player does have a good chance.
French is bringing 10 dragoons.
Yes,
Some
he shipped 5 dragoons and made 5 more, and also 7 skirmishers. And we will see him going for some early pressure in Colonial, like trying to use those dragoons and kill some units. And we can see Soar coming out from the Indian player. So the dragoons are really. It's very good that he made like a lot of dragoons.
Yeah, I don't know if those swords were the best decision to make for so much goons, but yeah, he actually didn't know about the goons yet.
I think it's okay because the goons are the Soar are really fast, but at the same time, it kind of depends on how many skirmishers LordRaphael decides to make. If he doesn't make that many skirmishers, then we can see a bit of a problem here for the Indian player because he cannot come close to this composition, close enough to the composition in order to punish it. But we can see him now moving in, and he's trying to snare all the units. And at the moment, he just has a lot more units than the French player. We see a good job here from LordRaphael trying to kite back and micro. But all his skirmishers
Yeah, the
are
skirms
being
are
caught,
lost in the mass.
and he did kill a few. Ooh, there's a stomp from the elephants here, which is really annoying. But yeah, so El Pistolero doing a good job trying to push back this early pressure, and now he's going for counter pressure himself. He knows that he can't really deal with the dragoons, so he just uses his elephants to keep them busy, and then uses his Soars to push out on the map, maybe to try and pick off any reinforcements. But we can see that LordRaphael
You see a small
smartly.
raid behind the Red Town Centrum. Oh yes, he picks up a villager.
Yes, very nice. Picked up one Vil.
Oh yeah,
He is
but
gonna lose his calf though, but that's not too big of a deal.
yeah.
He
On the
does
other side,
smartly move in
yeah.
his dragoons.
Oh no, not a single villager lost for blue.
No, but Red is losing a lot of Soar on the map, and that's not the best thing for him. At the same time, he did also manage to kill a few dragoons with TC Fire and Minuteman. But
That
the
loses
dragoons,
again a new villager.
yeah, the dragoons being annoying, trying to raid, trying to kill Vils all over their map, trying to pick off Soars wherever they can. And we can see now 8 skirms being shipped by LordRaphael, and he made a few more. So he has about 20 skirms right now and about 15 dragoons. And we can see from the Indian player that he does not have that much infantry. He has a lot of cavalry, like 10 Zambaraks and 15 Soars. But he only has like 5 Sepoy and 5 skirmishers. So he needs to make a lot more infantry right now, and we can see that he wants to do that because he's dropping another barracks. And I expect him now to just produce like a lot of Gurkhas. At the same time, he does have trouble because of that, because he doesn't have any Gurkhas. He does have trouble defending the Dragoon raids, and again, 2 Vils being picked off here by LordRaphael, who's really being active all out on the map. And now he's being chased off here by Zambaraks, and he might be in trouble here because we can see the Gurkhas on the top of the map going there to cut off the retreat path of the Dragoons, and also 10 Soars being there to snare everything. And LordRaphael might be in trouble here. He's losing a few goons, and he's now stuck in trees. He does manage to escape, but at the cost of losing a few Dragoons in the end. It's not the worst. More Gurkhas coming in here trying to snipe off a few Dragoons, but they are really quite beefy, so they don't die. He doesn't lose any in that attempt. But he should be careful because his Dragoons are all over the other side of the map, while his skirms are now trying to move to intercept the Indian army. and he might be in trouble now because there are a lot of sowers on the field. There are a few cures, but there are also Zambaraks, and Camo attack just arrives from the Indian player. So if the Dragoons don't come to help this army really fast, he might lose a lot of skirmishers here. The cures trying to kill all the sowers. 3 more cures coming in, and they are really strong and doing a really good job. They're trying to kill off all the sepoy. And actually, LordRaphael didn't even need the dragoons. Just the cures were enough to fight off this army with the skirmishers. And
yeah, I think it's lost for Red.
yeah, and now it looks really bad for El Pistolero.
Yeah, there's a
and he says
GG, yeah.
and he resigns. Very well played here by LordRaphael. He was active all the time with his army, and it looked for a moment as if he would be caught out of position in the end, but there were enough cuirassiers coming in as reinforcements to defend the skirmishers, so it turned out actually to be a very good fight for him.